Hi, Dan Toombs, the Curry Guy, and today I'm going to be making a lamb Rogan Josh. This is not the lamb Rogan Josh, the authentic one like you get out in India, but a curry house style. So it's cooked a lot faster using pre-cooked meat. So that's already nice and tender. I've cooked that in some of our base sauce here, and we're just going to get started. I'm going to be able to make this in about 10 minutes. So once you get your base sauce ready and you have your meat cooked, you can whip this up after work in no time. So I'm going to start by adding just a couple tablespoons of rapeseed oil. Now you could add ghee to that if you wanted to, or another type of vegetable oil. I prefer rapeseed oil. Get that nice and hot in the pan there. Then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste. And that's just equal amounts of garlic and ginger, which I've blended into a paste. You can buy it as well. You can buy it in the jars. You can also buy it frozen. We're just going to give this about 30 seconds to cook off. We want the rawness to cook out of the ginger and the garlic. And once that's done, oh, it's smelling really nice. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of tomato puree. And all this is some blended tomatoes. You can use passata as well. About 70 milliliters there. Good quarter of a cup if you're going with cup. Turn this heat up a bit. And I just want this to come to a nice bubble. I'm going to cook it down a little bit, and as I cook it down, it's going to caramelize around the sides, and that's when I'm going to add some of the base sauce which I've got here. And there is a link to that as well. So when I add that, you just click on that link and you'll be able to see how it's made. So this going really nicely here. I'm going to be using just about a tablespoon of mixed powder. I'll give a recipe for that as well, but you could just use curry powder. Just add that in there. Nice tablespoon and a half or so of paprika. People ask me, do I use Spanish paprika? What paprika do I use? I use a little bit. I usually use Spanish paprika. And also, you can also buy smoky, you can buy it sweet, you can buy it spicy, whatever you like. That's what you add. Give that a nice stir. Me, I like mine a bit spicier, so my dish is a bit spicier, so I do add a spicy paprika. Like I say, whatever is going to make you happy, that's what you want to add to that. All right, and I got about a half teaspoon of chili powder here. We'll give that a nice stir into that as well. So now we've got a nice base. That is a base masala ready to start warming up that meat in and building our sauce. So I'm going to add couple ladles full of my base sauce. Some people call it gravy, base gravy. It's really just an onion stock with a few other things thrown in. Give that a nice stir there. Then I'm going to add this pre-cooked lamb. So this is just lamb, it's a shoulder of lamb, this one happens to be, which I've cut into nice bite-sized pieces, and I cooked it in a little bit of this sauce, which you'll see is in there as well. So that's going to add some flavor to the dish as well. The whole idea here is to cook something that tastes like it's been cooking for hours and hours and hours, but do it in 10 minutes. So by pre-cooking your meat in a stock or even water, and then adding that to the curry, you are going to get something that tastes like it's been cooking for hours, just slowly cooking. So Rogan Josh, Rogan means red, Josh means meat. So that's what the idea here is. We're trying to get a nice red color. The red color comes from the tomato puree and also the paprika. I'm going to add a little bit more paprika, I think, just because I like it. That's going to give it a nice red hue. Now to finish this up, got a few things here. I've got some, this is a cashew paste which I've made. All I did was I soaked about 10 cashews, raw cashews, in some water for about a half hour. And then after they'd soaked for a good half hour, I then blended them with a little bit of water. Not too much because we didn't want to, we wanted a paste like this, so it's nice and pasty. That's gonna be very nice in there. Kind of thicken the sauce as well. Another sauce thickener is this yogurt. So this is just plain natural yogurt. I'll add about a tablespoon of that to there as well. With yogurt, you do need to be a bit careful. You want to make sure that you really stir it in there so it doesn't curdle. And all of Rogan Josh's, you know, when you go to a curry house, a lot of times there's lots and lots of oil, and I like other curries as well. And that's just because they added more oil. So I've added about 2 tablespoons of oil to this. Obviously, if you want it to look like the real thing, add a lot more. But this, I don't think it really changes the flavor very much. It just makes it glisten a little bit more. That's about all. All right. To finish this up, I'm going to add, these are some just cherry tomatoes that I've cut in half. Give it some more redness there. We don't want these really to cook through. We want them just to warm through. So they're just like, they kind of explode in your mouth when you're trying it. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, and to finish this up, I'm gonna have about a teaspoon, half teaspoon, freshly made garam masala. A little bit of cashew or methi. Just break it between your fingers at the end of cooking. So that's fenugreek leaves for those of you who don't know. Tiny bit more there. And this is really just needs to sit there and sizzle now. It's I kind of like it a little bit thicker. Perfect with rice or just to dip your naan into. Today I haven't done anything like that. I'm just going to try it the way it is, right from the pan. Look at that. It could just sit there and bubble. I could sit there and bubble for another 5 minutes if we wanted to, but it's really ready. Want a little bit more sauce, just add it. Obviously we're going to want a little bit of salt in there, so I'll add some salt to taste. And I know how much salt I want, that's about it. About a half teaspoon. It's a personal thing, so use as much as you like. I'm just going to put some of these fresh red onions in there as well, just before trying it. Maybe a little bit of sprinkling of coriander. Yeah. This one is from my red book. That one right there, lamb Rogan Josh. Super easy to make. I'm going to give this a try right now because it's just too good to let it sit there any longer. You get the flavor of those cashews. I love cashews. The tomato and the paprika, really strong paprika flavor. I could eat this all day. Crunchiness of those onions. Thank you very much for watching. Got a lot more videos on the way. I do upload videos now every Wednesday, so please subscribe. Give this a like if you like. And see you next time. Thank you.